Hey guys, welcome back to Hammerjoy's Done It. I'm going to do a browser test today. On the left we have the HTC One X, HTC's quad-core 1.2 GHz quad-core latest top-end phone, and on the right the Sony Xperia S, the dual-core but at 1.5 GHz. I'm going to start off with Velamo. I know a lot of you aren't big fans when I use this to sort of bench. Oopsie daisy. Go on, there we go. To bench the browser, but you know, I'll run that. I'm going to cut you through to the end, so you're not going to have to watch it all. It'll just give you a good idea for a score, you know, the scores that these things can clock up, and then we'll do a couple of actual loading web pages just to see how they compare. So, as I say, I'll jump ahead for you so that you just get to see the results at the end. I just thought I'd point out, although the Xperia started a couple of seconds later, you can see now that it's moved ahead. Now, I have run this test through once before. I wanted to just check that if it, I don't know, made any difference, that a lot of benchmarks you run a couple of times to get a proper score. So, and I can tell you the Xperia ran it through quicker the first time. But I won't give you the result just yet. I'll let you wait and see. Back with you in a moment. The Xperia has been done for some time now, and has clocked up a pretty huge 1240. I seem to recall the previous devices I ran this benchmark on were in the kind of 800, 900. I think the Note get 900 perhaps, with its 1.5 GHz dual core. So even though the Xperia, I should have pointed out, is on gingerbread because that's the latest, you know, we are here just comparing what they both can do right now. There's no hacking, that'll be cheating. So, you know, the Xperia is on gingerbread and the One X is on ice cream sandwich. So 1240 is the highest gingerbread score I've seen. But 1532. Now obviously I don't know exactly how these benchmarks work, but the One X took at least a couple of minutes longer than the Xperia, but it scored, how well can you see that, 1532 compared to 1240. I mean, they're both impressive scores, but 1532, very impressive. Let's send them through and we get to see the graphs. And as you can see there, the One X pretty much pipped everything else. Okay, so let's look at actual loading of websites. Let's load the browser. On this one it's called Internet. Because the first thing I want to do is blooming not so sensitive touch buttons at the bottom of the Xperia. Settings, settings, privacy and security. So we're going to clear cache on both of them. So I've got 3 different websites I'm going to load up to run the test. The BBC Mobile website, Lonely Planet, I'm not sure that was on one of them by default, so why not, and then Gadget. Now, although on the Xperia I can't set it to default to the desktop website, so that's why the BBC one is a mobile site, right? I would probably prefer to have the full site loaded, but I couldn't see a way of making the Xperia load to the full site rather than mobile. If you know how, let me know, but it's not in the settings I've looked through. Now I'm going to try and hit these at the same time. Well, the Xperia was scarily quick. That almost made me wonder if there was something wrong. Let's see when we go to the next one. Lonely Planet. It's pretty close. Xperia's done. The One X still going. In fact, the One X seems to have ground to a halt. As you can see, they're both on Wi-Fi, they've both got full strength, so it's both over the same connection, so 50 meg connection, that won't be the bottleneck. It's all down to how quickly these devices can render. So quite clearly the Xperia, a little bit laggy there, so I'm trying to scroll it. The Xperia won that. Just a bit of a look at how they scroll. I think the One X seems a little smoother. I'm a bit worried that this was already on BBC when I hit that, because it did open pretty much straight there, so we should perhaps ignore that one. But Lonely Planet, definitely the Xperia one. So let's now try Engadget. Wow. Well, I mean, they were both very quick, but the Xperia did win. So that's interesting. We've got Ice Cream Sandwich, dual core processor on the left. We've got Gingerbread, sorry, quad core on the left, and we've got Gingerbread and 1.5 dual core. Now, I suppose you could, if it only needs one core, the fastest this can go is 1.2, the fastest this will go is 1.5, so maybe that's a bit why. But it's interesting that Valamo, the One X, scored much higher, but the Xperia seems to render things quicker. But I would say the One X, I mean, that's me trying to be doing the same on both sides. Also, the One X is a much smoother actual browser. Let's try, what happens if we just let load one of them? Yeah, we have to give this to the Xperia, without doubt. The Xperia is quicker browsing, quicker loading pages. But even then I can see it sort of juttering a little bit as we scroll through, and the One X is very smooth. So, there we go. Browser test, the Xperia wins, running Gingerbread 2.3.7. My name's Andy, HamaJoys.net.